Hello. Well, welcome one more time to this great show that we call Talk Shop. This is where we tell like this and let the chips fall where the bloody hell may. The chips are to be in top and fun in the Akayas and we speak the truth. And as we say all the time, truth crushed to earth shall rise again. And also the idea that and we always say that, and more these days you see the truth that has been crushed for a long time rising again, because that is it all. That is the law of the universe. Truth crushed earth shall rise again. And my final question that I always ask, and I'm very, very happy, because when I'm walking around town today, people see me and they go, hey, what time is it? And I give them the answer, man. It's nation time. It's nation time. And I always say this, folks. I feel that's a martyr, but I'll say it. That nation time is not a slogan. Do you know how many months I've been saying that nation time is an agenda? Well, trust me, in the next few episodes, the agenda will come out. And actually, before I finish today, I'll tell you at least the first or two of the agendas that we have planned on this show. Because we're not going to sit here and do nation time. There's a slogan. No nation in this world has been built on any slogan. No. Well, the slogan is just there to guide us and direct us, but work must be done, and we will do the work. And I say all the time, and people tell me, saying, I KSM, all this, what do they call it? Or say all this hope that you have when you say Ghana shall rise again. And oh, folks, trust me, when I say Ghana shall rise again. And the reason I'm saying it is this, and I say this all the time, when you sink so low to the bottom, when you sink so low to the bottom, there's nowhere else to go but up. And that is where we find ourselves now. Yeah, sinking. To say, I told from say team. So between me and you, we don't have any choice. We have no option but to go up. And to go up, there's a certain strategy and trajectory that we're looking at. And trust me, no matter what, Ghana shall rise again. Okay? Okay, now let's move on. Today I'm just picking on a few things before I unveil the agenda, for people to know that we mean business here. We haven't come here to talk and go home and go and sleep. No! We mean business. We have an agenda, and we will make sure that we accomplish the agenda. But today, what is happening that I think I should talk about? Everywhere you go is this talk about, what's his name? Mr. and Mrs. Eii Adu-Boahene. Lord have mercy. You know, I'm thinking back on when Mahama said Ghana is a crime scene.
One thing that is a cardinal principle for us is to tell the truth at all times. We all knew the economy was in crisis, but some of the things I'm discovering myself, it's been a criminal handling of our economy. And Ghana is a crime scene, actually.
That's a very loaded statement, man. Ghana is a crime scene. Masha, and we are all in this Ghana, and the truth that has been crushed with will start rising. And very soon, all of us will know, and all of us will understand why Ghana has been referred to as a crime scene. Masha, the looting has been phenomenal. And you know, and I know, that I think one of the main reasons that Mahama came back is because he made one promise that he's going to recover all the loot. Because folks, we have been looted.
We'll launch an Operation Recover All the Loot to investigate, prosecute, and recover the proceeds of corruption. To investigate, prosecute, and recover the proceeds of corruption, no person found culpable will be spared.
If you think about how people can amass such filthy millions of dollars, and you think about, so what happened? Oh, that's why I'm thinking about Eii Adu-Boahene and his wife. They are working with the national security signals, blah 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 blah. How are the couple able to amass so much wealth, to set up a company, a dummy company, close to where the name, very close to what they were in, what they are doing, and amass so much wealth in front of all of us? How is that possible?
Mr. Adu-Boahene served as Deputy Director of the BNC and subsequently is Director from 2017. In other words, he has been in the management and control of Ghana's signal infrastructure since 2017. As the Director of BNC, Mr. Adu-Boahene was a co-signatory to the BNC's Director's account at Fidelity Bank. While serving as Director of BNC, however, he and his wife, Ms. Angela Eii Adu-Boahene, registered a company on October 23rd, 2018, which they named, and listen carefully, BNC Communications Bureau Limited. It is important to note that the similarity between the names here, that is BNC, was designed, to engage in a criminal enterprise. Mr. Adu-Boahene, who is the head or who was the head of the BNC, and his wife are listed as directors of the private BNC. Okay, so they registered a company, and they, the two of them, together are the directors of the company, the two directors of the company. On October 26, 2018, the couple opened a corporate account for their private BNC at Universal Merchant Bank, UMB. According to the mandate on the account, either of the directors could sign checks and approve transactions on the account. In his capacity as director of the Mr. Adu-Boahene on January 30th, 2020, signed a contract on behalf of the government of Ghana and the National Security Council on the one hand, and on the other hand, an Israeli company called ISC Holdings Limited. The contract was for the purchase of a cyber defense system software at a price of $7 million United States of American dollars. On February 6, 2020, Mr. Adu-Boahene then transferred an initial amount of 27,100,000 Ghana cedis, that is from the National BNC's operations account at Fidelity Bank to the private BNC account at UMB. On March 18, 2020 and March 30th, 2020 respectively, he again transferred 21 million Ghana cedis from the National BNC Director's account at Fidelity Bank to the same private BNC account at UMB. The transfer from the National BNC's account brought the total transfers that he made to his private BNC to 49 million Ghana cedis. By the exchange rate at the time, this amount was exactly the Ghana cedi equivalent of 7 million United States of American dollars. In essence, the difference between 49 million Ghana cedis being the money Mr. Adu-Boahene transferred from the bank account of the National BNC to his private BNC, and 9.5 million being the money he actually paid to the ISC Holdings for the software, ended up with him and his wife.
Did people see and ignore it, or nobody saw it? I don't believe that too. That is what frightens me about this country. We have allowed the evil agenda to prevail. People will see evil and try and not to say anything. Trust me, people knew. Remember when this NSS Scandal, National Service Secretary Scandal came, and they say, give to Owari, she has amassed so much wealth. Right here on this program, I said it over 10 times. I said, no, it must be a cartel. Don't tell me that all that looting was done on the blind side of the entire people board out there.
In the NSS Scandal, 8 suspects have been interrogated, and a good number of them have started singing. They've, they are cooperating with our they've started singing, literally. Yeah? So we will give you details of their songs at the appropriate time. Indeed, we now have evidence of payments that were made into the accounts of the top executives of the National Service by vendors, private vendors, and staff of the scheme.
It wasn't done on the blind side. They knew about it. They benefited from it. That's the country we live in. Is that you are rewarded for doing the wrong thing. If you do the right thing, you probably end up in jail. And if you do the right thing, you are targeted. And because, like joke, we have become a country that rewards evil, a country that endorses evil. This is where Eii Adu-Boahene, this man, what's his name? This Adu-Boahene. This man preaches in churches. He preaches in churches. I won't mention the name of the church, but there was one church that I saw him a couple of years ago. He was one of the featured guest speakers. Oh yeah, sorry. He preaches in church.
You present yourself, everything that you have. Many people present their person into church, but they leave their bank account. That one, it is not part. But they leave their money. That one is not to be presented to God. Look, anything that is part and parcel of you that you cannot give to God, it means you have not submitted wholly to God. It's the truth.
And at the same time, this man connived with his wife to rip this country off in such a phenomenally dangerous way. Or a church member. Or a Sikeni. And that is what we're dealing with in this country, man. And it is scary. It is so scary. That's why I always talk about, we are going to be doing a program soon on law and order. And the reason why we are where we are today is because we are stuck right between lawlessness and disorder. Everything has gone haywire. And I say all the time that, Mahama, if you have come to reset this nation, you have a huge task. But the important thing is people of Ghana, we have to understand the task. And we have to be part of the change. Trust me, if we don't get to the point where we are part of the change, but we are looking on him, we will go down so fast, it will surprise all of us. How can we go down so fast? It's easy. I mean, I don't want to talk about things that are coming and things that I know, but I want things to take their own time. But eventually, folks, you're going to understand and see for yourself how much looting has taken place in Ghana. It is just bizarre. And the thing is this, that is a cartel of people who are aware and who engineer the looting. What for? What for? And so every time I say this, Master, and I will keep saying it, that this nation should rise again, and all of us are a part of making sure that this nation rises. Because when it sinks, we all go down. And we can't afford that. The thing that is very interesting too is that in spite of the rot, in spite of the chaos, in spite of all these negative energy, there are small islands of excellence There are small contagions of excellence, things that make us stand out as a people. And we have to now understand that we're going to put our focus on those small pockets and grow them so that they become the story. I'm tired of this other story of is always about the greed, about the looting, about the thievery. And folks, when I come here and I say, "Me mum dear," I am backing John Mahama. I am backing him for one thing. I want him to succeed in raising this nation. That's all. And I say plainly, if there's anybody who does not want the nation to rise because he doesn't like the NDC, it is crazy. It doesn't make sense. It's just like if under the MPP and the amazing promises that were made. Can you imagine the amazing promises that were made? And if they had been fulfilled, how lovely that would have been for all of us Ghanaians. Who wouldn't have enjoyed if all the promises had been fulfilled? You know, keeping the city under control, doing this, the petrol price will come down, will do this. All the promises, if they have been fulfilled, it will take only an idiot to say, I know that everything has been fulfilled by me, the NDC, so it would just take, maybe not an idiot too, but somebody that is retarded in the midst of amazing progress and national development to say, I am a party, so I don't give a hoot. The reverse is the same. The reverse is the same. The NDC is in power. John Mahama says, I'm going to reset the nation. And there are people that are praying, fail. Fail. Why? Because once you fail, then maybe it is a chance for us to come back to power and take power. This is sick. Ghana for a dumb. So many of you who send me some nasty messages that I choose not to comment on, because I say this, that it doesn't matter what party you belong to. The idea now is let's focus on this country and let's grow. You have to party win. So what? Charlie, we are watching this country sink to levels unseen before in the history of humanity. Because it's my party. Massa, I don't care what anybody says. I'm saying here today, everything that I can do to support John Mahama and the NDC and all well-thinking Ghanaians to grow this nation, I will. I don't care what you think or what you say. I will. And I'm appealing to all of you Ghanaians that, watch this program. I get messages from all of you, from Germany, from the US, from Canada, as far as Japan, wherever. You send me messages, and I'm happy that you are listening. But this message is going to all of you. Folks, we are at a time where we have no option but to help Mahama win. If you say Mahama is not your candidate in T, because of that, you are praying that he should fail or bodam. And the reverse is the same thing. If, for example, it's the MPP in power and they're doing great and things are flowing, everybody's enjoying, we'll be able to say, no, the country has been built, saying, now I say, because me NDC meeting, you are sick. We have gotten to the time where we have to start telling the truth to people, for people to understand that we can't be joking in this country and watching this country go down. Massa. And I always say, I'm so tired of hearing Ghana, your potential. We know we have the potential, but it's not about Ghana, your potential. What is the potential and what are we doing with the potential? People are in this country so intelligent, so magnificent, and all they need is to have the environment that is not, if you will, a partisan environment, but an environment to encourage the growth of Ghanaian thinking. And you'll be surprised that they come in the form of MPP NDC, CPP, UGCC, name whatever you want. They come in that form. They are intelligent. They are willing to work for this country. Except that most of the time, the leaders or people in power will say, no, I know you are smart, I know you think, I know that, but I'm in power because you don't belong to my party. That is all crap. And that is what we are fighting against. Or should I say I am fighting against? I told you we have 3 stages in every development of any democracy. We have the stage where we have the campaigning, political parties campaign. We be Canadian, we be Canadian, we be Canadian. You're all campaigning for your individual parties and why we should vote for you. Great. Meet us here. And then after all the campaigning, that's the first stage, you campaigning. The second stage is elections. So we listen to everybody. We know we've heard everything. We are now going to elect. That's the second stage. The third stage is that we have now elected a president. What should happen is that once that is done, then all of us, be in your parties or whatever, but let's all of us come together for once and say, Charlie, I elected president here. Let us all throw ourselves in this and build the nation. But I know it doesn't happen like that. Ghana is always in a, what do you call that thing? We are always in a campaign mode. So as we speak now, the NPP may believe that their objective is that we are in opposition. So we are here to make sure that we oppose the majority in everything they do. Opposition, that's the main thing. Because that's our mentality. And the other way around. Folks, let's get to the point where we start realizing that even though we have minority and majority, we have a national agenda. So that for once, we can concentrate on building this nation under whichever party that has won. Woman support no. Let's build this country because where we are going is dangerous. Where we are going is dangerous. Master, the debt that we are in, we don't have to be in that debt. Yet I think we are the second most indebted country in all of Africa. And we don't have to be. If you sit down and think carefully, and we'll do a show on this, but not now. If you sit down and think carefully, the amount of money this nation can and should be making out of all the gold that the big companies are digging, wow, you'll be shocked. It doesn't make sense to have that access to that amount of gold and be a broke country. We are not thinking. Do you know why we are not thinking? It's because our mindset is still colonial. And unless we have been given the green light or approval by the white man, the BBN can be obedient. And Kuma kindly true. So watch out. Unless you free yourself and your mentality from this colonial thing, you're not going anywhere. Look at the looting that has taken place. And this is the start part. And I'm saying this to all you people that will, up to now that I'm speaking, will defend the loot. Not but them. I'm sorry. Ghana has been raped to the extent that we are so broke, we are so poor, we are going through things that we don't need to go through. No pregnant mother needs to lie on the floor of a hospital. If you look at the world near one, there's no pregnant mother that needs to lie on the floor at any hospital. The amount of wealth we have as this nation, there is no school that should be under any tree. No way! It is unthinkable. There is not one single school that should be under any tree if, as a people, we are using our intelligence and our resources to take care of ourselves like we should. Nobody should be in a school under any tree. I'm telling you. Look at the housing deficit that we have, homelessness and everything. Trust me, Ghana, the world that we are sitting on, and when we start rolling out our agenda, I'm not going to just be talking. I'll back everything for you to see and say, wow. So this is a bloody any wealthy country, this Ghana. Please, look, trust me. If when we put the right leadership in place, and when you and I stop our stupid bickering and partisan foolishness, and decide actually we are going to come together and really build this nation, you'll be surprised where Ghana will get to. Even in this state, you go to travel to the US. Those who listen to me from the US, if I'm lying, tell me. All the African Americans in the US, the number one country in their mind is Ghana. They say if you do anything in your life, if you have to take a pilgrimage to Africa one time in your life, go to Ghana. Why? The black star that Kwame Nkrumah lit is still shining. Ghana, look, there are some African countries that will do maybe a fashion show or some competition, and the prize is that the winner will get a chance to come to Ghana. That is how much respect we have as a nation. And trust me, if we want to capitalize on this respect we have as a nation, the things that will build this country, no way. That's why the other time I was challenging the young appointed people who are now in power. Actually, don't go there with the same old mentality and say, power, we are somebody. No, forget about that. Go there with the mentality, say we are going to serve Ghana and we are going to create the difference in Ghana. Only young, I advised you, go and watch my show that I did for all the young people. Charlie, we have something on. We have an amazing country. Yes, we have all the problems. But who doesn't? America, the great country, will be able to say Jack McCall here and there, will be able to say America. Do you think they don't have problems? Are you kidding me? You think they don't? But the fact is this, that they have systems in place that help resolve many of the problems that come up. The system is structured to take care of these things. And if we're able to set systems in Ghana, you'd be amazed. But we are locked up in a country. We are torn between lawlessness and disorder. I know this lady, I think she's from Germany, she's building in Ghana. Sending money to Ghana, to family, to there. And they will be giving her reports on how great they are doing with putting up their building. This is all lies. Family, wow, busiani or bro sika se fasi diamond no bagana o nyabe ni true. What did you? It's me and you. That's how we are. Why? Why won't we have a whole administration that everybody wants to loot if they can get away with it? That's us. That is us. We glorify in the negative. And it gets frustrating, folks. Because simply, when we talk, I'm just talking about law and how everything is necessary. I mean, this case, Mr. Adu-Boahene and his wife, so strange, man. Like I said, this man is a deacon of a church. Deacon, how on God's earth that he gets so much time to amass wealth to build acquire about 27 buildings, 27 Mako 27, and the value is about $295,000. And I think it's Mayfair Estate or something. Allegedly, he has also a mansion there running into about $1 million.
The investigations also established that the proceeds from the suspect's activities were used to buy significant landed properties and other assets of considerable value both in Ghana and elsewhere. We have number 2 Stream Park Drive, Mayfair Estates, LA, that is Accra. For that, they deposited, and we have the deposit slip as well as the receipt from the estate developer, $1 million United States of American dollars. Number 6, Edith Avenue, Mayfair Estates, Accra. Deposit 500,000 United States of America. That's American dollars. That's the initial deposit. All right. Then we have number 7 Edith Avenue, Mayfair, 200,000 United States of American dollars deposited for the property. Number 8 Edith Avenue, Mayfair Estates, La Accra, 97,815 United States of American dollars was deposited for that property. But we are sure that other cash payments were made to complete the purchase and then the transfer of ownership. So we are tracing all those documents. Number 9 Edith Avenue, Mayfair Estate, 270,000 United States of American dollars deposited, initial deposit for the purchase. Number 10 Edith Avenue, Mayfair Estates, Accra, 150,000 United States of American dollars deposited. Now he also owns a company known as Vertex Properties. Vertex Properties, and we trace the proceeds of crime to Vertex Properties also. They have Vertex Properties owns 27 houses located at Oyarifa. Each house costs, an estimated cost of 295,000 United States of American dollars. We also know that they have 2 properties in London that we are tracking.
How does this happen? Anyway, I'm just reading that his attorney, I think is attorney, they are also saying that all these allegations are not true, and he actually intends to sue the Attorney General. Let's see how that plays out. But the looting is unimaginable. Look at this case of the NSS, where they had a case over 80,000 people, ghost names, and people were collecting that salary every month. And what I hear is that even an attempt was made to get an MP to bribe a journalist to influence the stories and sort of kill the story.
We also have evidence that in November 2024, and listen to this carefully, the CEO of the National Service Scheme and others paid a Ghanaian MP to kill the story in the media and to defend them.
Where are we heading to, folks? Lord knows that no. Where are we heading to? And folks, that's why I say that when we come here and we do this program, nobody should ever think that nation time is a slogan. You can't build a nation of slogans. You have to have an agenda. And very soon, we are going to be releasing our agenda. And one of the things that concerns this platform, that will work so hard to make sure we get all the stakeholders involved. And that issue is the issue of bring back our local banks. All our local banks have been suffocated and some killed in this so-called banking cleanup. Where are local banks? Where are they? All of them killed. And do you know the effect that is having on our local businesses who could not go to the big Stanchads and the big leagues? You know, the GN banks, the UTs, they were handling the bulk of it. And I'm telling you folks, until we make sure that we Ghanaians occupy the commanding heights of our banking, we are doomed. Seriously, if the commanding heights of our banking system is in the hands of foreigners, trust me, it's a national security issue. It is a national security issue. Bring back our banks. Go to South Africa and go in the streets of South Africa and come and tell me, okay, KSM, I'm in South Africa, actually I've come and there are so many Ghanaian banks here. Or go to Nigeria and tell me, I'm Nigeria and I've seen so many Ghanaian banks. Zilch, zero. They are building their own. We are here, we won't build our own, we kill our own, and then we bring their banks home. It's a national security issue. So folks, that's it for today, but we're going to come back and we're going to actually begin the agenda. We're going to start it, and we're starting with bring back our banks. We'll get every stakeholder involved and get them to be a part of this advocacy to bring back our banks. In the meantime, thank you very much for listening, and I will be with you very, very soon when we come back on Talk Shop. But don't worry about my frustration and seeming anger at certain things. And then be a buffoo. But don't let that cloud your judgment to the fact that this country will rise again.